Part-time star challenging Roman Reigns would be a huge WrestleMania match, according to WWE veteran. Former WWE manager Dutch Mantell is unfazed by The Rock's part-time status and wants to see him headline WrestleMania 40. The Brahma Bull returned to SmackDown this week. This appearance created ripples around the wrestling world as fans started speculating about a possible match between him and Roman Reigns. On the latest episode of Smack Talk, Dutch Mantell strong-batted for the title to be on the line for a possible matchup between The Rock and the head of the table. He explained that Reigns had put the gold on the line against several opponents and questioned why it should be any different for the People's Champion. If they booked a match with Roman and Rock without the title and I'm a fan, I'm pissed off. He's putting it up against everybody else. Mantell also stated that casual WWE fans would not be bothered by Rocky's part-time status and would like to see what could possibly be the biggest WrestleMania match of all time. And The Rock being a part-timer, that doesn't affect me. I don't think it affects the regular fan anyway. They can asterisk, kitsch, and moan and say anything they want to, but I don't think it bothers most people anyway. Look at the publicity that match would get. You have the New York Times, you'd have all the networks picking it up and everything. That's the biggest WrestleMania they could book right now. Dutch Mantell feels Cody Rhodes needs to wait for his huge WWE moment. During the same conversation, Mantell stated that The Rock's comeback and a possible match at WrestleMania 40 could mean that Cody Rhodes might have to wait to finish his story. Cody, sorry pal. You made this big move and you wanted to do your hard time like your daddy, that's fine. The story is still there. But you gotta wait your turn on this. It will be interesting to see if The Rock's return materializes into a bigger storyline in WWE with the Bloodline. What did you think of Mantell's opinions? However, The Rock and John Cena just hugged out their WWE rivalry. The actors returned to their wrestling roots and squashed their long-running beef during Friday's SmackDown event. The ongoing SAG-AFTRA strike may mean that production on all current Hollywood projects is suspended. But for many wrestling fans, there is a silver lining to that cloud. Two hulking action stars now have some unexpected free time to return to their origins. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson attended the WWE SmackDown event on Friday night in Denver, Colorado, and was interviewed backstage by talk show host and internet personality Pat McAfee. Johnson famously comes from a family of pro wrestlers and was a huge star in the WWE before making the transition to movies. But Johnson wasn't the only wrestler-turned-actor in the building. John Cena, who has made a name for himself in DC's Suicide Squad and Peacemaker, made a surprise appearance too. As their conversation was coming to an end, McAfee pointed behind Johnson, saying, "Hey, there's a guy. He can't see you," referring to Cena's wrestling catchphrase, "You can't see me." The audience erupted as the camera panned to reveal Cena, and the two stood in a stony-faced standoff for a moment. Johnson and Cena were, of course, longtime enemies during their WWE heyday, frequently taking their rivalry to the ring and fighting it out. But there were to be no showdowns this time. "I see you trying to smile," said Johnson, and then both he and Cena broke, shaking hands and hugging it out, officially burying the long-held hatchet after all these years. After Fast X declined to show the two men on screen together, it was the reunion that fans were beginning to think might never happen. "Welcome home," said Cena. "Thank you," said Johnson. "Good to be here."